Hi guys, welcome back. And today in this video, we'll be talking about the OpenAI's new Codex app, which just got released a couple of hours before. And you can see that this is an powerful new interface designed to effortlessly manage multiple agents all at once, run work in parallel, and collaborate with agents over long-running tasks. So if you have worked with GitHub in VS Code, you might have seen the similar kind of fashion. You can do the handoff of your operation in the GitHub Copilot, and the same exact thing you can do it now with the Codex as well, but everything you can do from the UI, which is something that's neatly available over here. And I've been working with the Copilot CLI most of the time, as you can see over here. So if I'm just open the Copilot here, it is going to start the Copilot for me, and it's all just on the command line interface. And if I'm going to do any operation, let's say I'm going to do a file change, and if I'm going to do some changes on this particular code, you cannot see it on this particular command line because you need to have Visual Studio Code open for that. So you can either make changes in the Copilot CLI, or you can make it on the VS Code, and you can do all sorts of things from there. But the Codex app is probably an answer to that. It's pretty much like how you can manage your software development, not just from the command line, but also from the UI. So the UI looks something like this, as you can see over here. They have got a new thread options where you can see what are the different commits which has happened to your code just recently. And also they have integrated the new, what is called as a work tree operation. So you can also see that work tree, and then you can choose which environment that you're working with. And you can see which branch that you're working with. So those things you can see as well. And you can also see that they have got some new fancy things like skills, where you can see all the different kinds of skills that you can use. For example, you can see that Atlas skill is going to be coming up for you over here. And if you want to use the Playwright skills, then you can go and see the Playwright, where you can automate the real browsers from here. And this is the skill that you have got. So if you're just going to go and install this particular skill, you see that the skill is now installed, and if you refresh this skill, you can see that now this skill is now installed within your Codex app over here, so that it's nothing but the skill is being sitting in the .codex/skills folder. That's exactly what this is doing, and this is basically the different kinds of skills that you can have, and you can create your own skills, of course, and add it. The way that you can create a new skill is there is a skill creator option. So go and click the skill creator, and if you hit the try, you see that the skill creator comes in over here, and you can ask to create a new skill if you wanted to. For example, if I want to say create a skill which can do the Playwright automation for ASP.NET applications, especially for all the scenarios which you discover in the particular given folder directory. And this particular Playwright test, you need to do it using C#.NET and make sure all the code are perfectly written. And if you're going to be running this particular code over here, this skill is going to be created for you. So essentially you have an ability to even create a skill right into this particular UI, and then you can do things. And you can see that the execution is currently happening. And the good thing is currently you can see that it says that for a limited time, we are including the Codex with ChatGPT free and Go, and we are doubling the rate limits on the Plus, Pro, Business, and Enterprise and EDU plan. So which means if you are like me, who is using the free version of the ChatGPT, then you can use it as well. I don't really use the paid version of the Codex because I'm pretty comfortable with the GitHub Copilot, and they have given completely for free for me because I'm contributor to the softwares and community. Thanks for the GitHub doing that. But you can see that those things is available for free, at least for now. And they have talked a lot of details over here, and I can quickly show you how this is going. On the time while this is exploring all the files and doing things, you can also see what's really happening in the folder structure here. So you can just go to the staged. I think nothing has been written yet, but the moment it's going to start writing it, look at that. So it's going to do all of these over here. So I'm going to say, yes, use web app and X unit, and the name of skill looks good, and you should see the skill should be appearing. And you can see that it is asking me that do you want the skills to be put on the .codex skills folder directly? And if I'm going to say yes, then it is going to do that directly for me. Let's say I'm just going to ask it to go and do it there. And you can see that we have this Playwright and we have got the agents. So these are all things which I just created. And you can see that there is a skills folder and there are some scripts folder. So everything has been created for me over here, which is quite amazing. So everything has been created by this particular tool itself. So these are things that you can see that you can do it from here. And the other things that you can do is like you can create the pull request directly from this particular UI. For example, this is the one that I just created before this recording. Like add some test for this particular API, you can do that, and then you can create a pull request if you wanted to. Or if I want to say add tests for and then you can search for the files from here. So I'm going to say product, look at that, it's going to show me all the products. So I'm going to say db context for db testing and hit enter. You will notice that this particular execution is going to happen in the same thread for us, and then it is going to be checked in on the code which is there in the pull request. And now you can see that the code is being generated for us over here, and all the codes are being displayed over here. See, these are the tests being added for the product DB context over here. I'm not even checking that the code for now. I'm just ignoring it because I'm not really going to see if that particular code that it has written is correct or not, just for now. But if it is going to be in production, I definitely have to go and test that. But at least you can see that the code is being written over here. And I can just go and commit it from here directly. So I'm going to say add a new tests. So I'm going to commit and push the change right away. And you can see that it has been pushed. And if I'm going to go to the repository over here, look at that. So Codex test adding is being added. So if I'm going to do compare pull requests, and if I'm going to see let me create a draft pull request over here. And if I'm going to see what are the codes being changed, this is the codes which are being changed over here. So essentially whatever that we used to do on the terminals, which I used to do using the terminal over here, let's say go create tests for add product, look at that, product utility, using X unit, and hit enter. So everything is done over here on this particular terminal, which you can do from the UI now using this particular Codex UI. And you can also see that there is this new fancy open button option where it's going to open in the VS Code of the particular project, so you can see what are the changes really happening over here as well. That's one thing that you can do. And they have also told that they have got new automations which will also use the skills capability right from the automation. For example, scan for the recent commits like this, and for likely bugs, and propose a minimal fix, and when you wanted this to happen. So you can also select the date and time, and then it will run the automation for you, and it will invoke the skills for you automatically. And for example, if you want to summarize the yesterday's Git activity for stand-up meeting, you can also do that. So those things are kind of a fancy tools, I would say, which is available on this particular UI. But yeah, these are things that you have got, and you can create new automations as well, like how you wanted to do. But this tool currently has a lot of limitations. It's only available for Mac operating system. It's not available for Windows and Linux. And also there are so many things which you can do from the command line is not available on the Mac OS version of the application as well. So that's the other caveat that you have got. Another thing which I forgot to mention to you is that there is a terminal as well. So you can also go ahead and open the terminal and do things which you can do from the UI. That's it, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. What do you think about this kind of tools that is created by OpenAI, and do you think this is an amazing tool, or do you think this tool is something just like a fancy toy which is built by OpenAI? Let me know in your comments below. And once again, thank you so much. Catch you in the next one.